Hare Krishna. Welcome to Tax Guru YouTube channel. This is CRO R. Pingle, practicing chartered accountant based in Mumbai, also partner in Motilal and Associates LLP, member firm of Mass Network. So today we are going to discuss special video on the topic what to do if GST registration suspended. So let's dive into it. Let me allow to share my screen. So let's begin with it. Under the CGST Act 2017, suspension of registration is governed primarily by Section 29, Section 30, Rule 21, 21A, and Rule 22. Section 29 deals with cancellation or suspension of registration. Section 30 deals with revocation of cancellation. Rule 21 and 21A deals with grounds and procedure for suspension, and Rule 22 deals with procedure for cancellation. Suspension is not cancellation. Please note down this. Suspension is not cancellation. It is a temporary disabling of the GSTN pending further action. So as per Rule 21A, registration may be suspended on application by the taxpayer, by a proper officer pending cancellation proceedings, or automatically by system-based risk parameters. So in 25-26, many suspensions are system-driven due to return mismatches, that is GSTR1 versus GSTR3B, ITC anomalies, failure to update bank account details after registration, significant deviation in outward supplies, and risk flagging by data analytics. So immediate action is what critical because during suspension, no taxable supplies can be made. Please note down. So in during suspension, we can't do taxable supplies. No tax invoice can be issued. No ITC can be passed to customers. So we are therefore very much careful to respond immediately whenever anything related to suspension comes to our notice. So let's understanding the suspension legal impact or legal position. So as per Rule 21A, during suspension period, the registered person shall not make taxable supplies, shall not issue tax invoice, shall not collect tax, and also e-way bill facility is also disabled. However, suspension is what? Temporary. If revoked, compliance obligations revive. So important practical impact is that business operations get severely disturbed. Customers may stop dealing due to blocked ITC. So this must be taken care of. Vendors may demand compliance confirmation. So the restores becomes urgent. So in case of suspension, restoring our registration is very, very much important and we cannot ignore it. Moving further, let's understand common reasons for auto suspension. Why GST registration auto suspended? So under Rule 21, registration may be cancelled. Registration may be cancelled if returns are not furnished continuously. ITC is availed in violation of Section 16. Invoices issued without actual supply. Violation of anti-profiteering provisions. Registration obtained by fraud or misstatement. So system-based suspension under Rule 21A sub Rule 2A is increasingly triggered due to what reasons? Data mismatches, artificial inflation of ITC, unusual outward supply spikes, non-updation of mandatory details such as bank account. So many 2025-26 cases involved bank account validation failure, Aadhaar authentication non-compliance, high risk supplier tagging. So as a members or as a practitioners, we must verify the exact reason from the portal dashboard and notice issued in form GST Reg 31 if issued. So that needs to be taken care of. Next, let's understand the step-by-step action plan after suspension. So immediate steps to take after suspension. So step 1, check GST portal dashboard. Look for what notice in Reg 31, show cause notice if any under Rule 22. Then identify category of suspension. Means what is the reason behind suspension? Is that non-filing? Is that mismatch? Is that bank detail pending? Or whatever risk flagged. So correct deficiencies if non-filing, file all pending GSTR 3B or GSTR 1. Pay interest and late fee. If mismatch, reconcile R1 versus 3B, amend next return and provide working for the purpose. If ITC mismatch, then compare with GSTR 2B, reverse ineligible ITC, if any, prepare reconciliation statement and kept on record. If bank details pending, then update validated bank account, ensure correct IFC validation. And in next step, reply within the prescribed time, that is non-response may result in cancellation. So suspension is of course not a cancellation, but if we not reply within the stipulated or prescribed time, that non-response may lead to cancellation of registration. So moving further, let's see case 1, suspension due to non-filing. Okay. So if a registered person fails to furnish returns for prescribed period, registration may be suspended. Cancellation proceedings may begin. So what would be our action plan? File all pending returns immediately. Pay tax, interest under Section 50, late fee under Section 47, and response to notice immediately. So tip here is always compute interest independently before filing to avoid the future disputes. Moving further, case 2, suspension due to mismatch ITC issues. So ITC eligibility under section 16 requires what? Possession of tax invoices, receipt of goods or services, tax paid by supplier, filing of return. If ITC exceeds GSTR 2B or appears suspicious, reverse excess ITC in next return immediately. Pay interest wherever applicable and provide reconciliation statement. So what is important here is prepare vendor-wise reconciliation working and keep documentary evidence ready. Next, case 3, suspension due to non-furnishing of bank details. Very important, and many of us may be ignored or we don't take care of it. So recent system validation requires what? Bank account to be validated, name matching, that is PAN and GSTN, and IFC correct needs. So what would be our action? So login, amendment of registration, update bank details, upload the supporting documents there, ensure validation success, and practical caution should be many suspensions continue because validation fails due to minor spelling mismatch too. So be careful on that part. Next, now we will see how to respond notice. So if show cause notice is issued, reply within the prescribed time. Attach a reconciliation. Attach tax payment proof. Attach amendment screenshots. So possible outcomes would be proceedings dropped, suspension revoked, and registration may be also cancelled. So As a practitioner, we must draft a structured legal reply, refer to factual corrections, and avoid emotional explanation. That is that is important to take note of it. Next, if anyhow registrations cancel, then what would be the steps? So if cancellation order is issued under section 30, apply for revocation within the prescribed time. Immediately we need to apply for revocation within the prescribed time. All pending returns must be filed. Dues must be cleared. If revocation rejected, appeal may be filed before the appellate authority. So timeliness are critical here. So delay complicates the restoration. Let's see what are the practical checklist before reply to the notice. So before submission, ensure what reconciliation working is complete. Ensure all tax liabilities paid. Verify no negative liability carried forward. Check whether e-way bill blocking removed and confirm compliance in subsequent months, if any. So documentation discipline is very, very much essential here. So in next slide, we will see or understand preventive strategies. That is a proactive approach. Prevention is better than restoration, or we can say cure. So recommended controls are monthly GSTR 1 versus 3B reconciliation. On month to month basis, we need to reconcile R1 and 3B. Monthly GST R2B ITC review, vendor compliance scoring, periodic portal dashboard check, and quarterly internal GST review. So we should advise our clients to implement the GST compliance calendar, avoid last day filing culture, and maintain clean ITC records. That is must be that actions must be taken from our side, and that is for the client's benefit only. So now moving to the conclusions. GST suspension is a really a serious compliance signal, but it is not the end of the business. The law provides structure mechanism for rectification, response, revocation, appeal. So timely professional intervention can restore registration quickly, prevent cancellation, and protect the business continuity and avoid future litigation. So as a professional, our role is to act swiftly, to analyze technically, to respond legally, and to guide strategically to our client. So let us move from reactive compliance to preventive GST governance in year 2020-26. Thank you so much for patient hearing. If you have any questions, observations, suggestions, then do let me know via WhatsApp, email, or you can also comment below the video. Thank you so much once again. If you are not yet subscribed Tax Guru YouTube channel, then do subscribe it and share this video in your network to get the knowledge or to spread the knowledge to mass people. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.